limit definition to find f prime 4, where f is 1 over root x. So the derivative is given by this limit. A limit h approaches to 0 of f of x plus h, that's the next point, minus fx all over h. So basically rise over run, and we are making the run very small. And then if we use this function here, we can find the derivative in a couple of steps. Then we can replace x by 4 and we get an answer. Or we can just write down x, which is a fixed value, in this case 4. We can work on that as well. Okay, so that's that. Then we can simply write f prime at 4 would be then limit h approaches to 0 of f of, now this x is 4 plus h minus f4 over h. So we can evaluate this limit. Okay, then we get f prime at 4, means derivative of f evaluated at 4. So in this case, let's do it. Limit h approaches to 0, just the run, f of x 4 plus h and f of 4. Let's figure that out. Okay, so we got the function 1 over root x. That means f4 is easier. f4 would be 1 over root 4. Okay, x, that's the input 4, and root 4 is 2, so this is 1/2. So this value is 1/2. How about f of 4 plus h? So f of input, I mean this one is kind of input equals this input. Okay, we can have f of circle 1 over square root of circle. So f of 4 plus h, we replace this by 4 plus h, f of 4 plus h, then that would be 1 over square root of 4 plus h. Okay, now we write this as this, 1 over square root of 4 plus h minus this one is 1 over square root of 4, which is 2. Okay, now this f prime at 4 becomes a limit problem that we've seen earlier. Okay, on the top we got two fractions, so we need to combine these two fractions, and then somehow h on the bottom, when we take h equals 0, we get 0 over 0. This h should be cancelled at some point. So let's combine the fractions on the top. So I got 1 over square root of 4 plus h minus 1 over 2. So to combine these two fractions, we need to make common denominator. So we multiply second fraction by the bottom of first, which is square root of 4 plus h, square root of 4 plus h. And we multiply first fraction by the bottom of second, which is 2 over 2. Okay, that way we got the common denominator 2 square root of 4 plus h. 2 times 1, 2, minus 1 times this one is the square root of 4 plus h. Okay, so let's do that. Let me write that here. So limit h going to 0, this over h, I want to write in this way, divided by h, just to leave some room. So when we combine these two fractions, we get one fraction, which is, don't cancel them, this one is a kind of block. Okay, 2 minus square root of 4 plus h over 2 times square root of 4 plus h. There are no cancellations. Okay, now this fraction divided by h is like h over 1. So we need to simplify this complex fraction. A fraction divided by another fraction. So we change this division into multiplication and we flip. Okay, so let's do that. So this one becomes then limit hs goes to 0. So 2 minus square root of 4 plus h on the top over, this is 2 times square root of 4 plus h on the bottom times this becomes 1 over h. If we try to plug in 0, This is 0, square root of 4 is 2, 2 minus 2 0, and here is 0 times this one. So still we are in trouble. Pretty much we need to cancel this h from top and bottom. Due to this radical sign, the only way to simplify is by multiplying by its conjugate. So we know that when we have a minus root b, let's say this way, the conjugate would be a plus root b. Then when we multiply by this, we can get rid of this square root. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to multiply in the next step. Let me write here, limit h approaches to 0. So 1 times this one is just 2 minus square root of 4 plus h over, these are on the bottom, 2, all in product, so 2h, and here comes 4 plus h. Okay, I just rewrote. Now I would like to multiply by the conjugate of the top, just to simplify. So 2 minus means we multiply by, let me use different color, 2 plus square root of 4 plus h over 2 plus square root of 4 plus h. We have to have same thing on the top and bottom. Then when we multiply these two, it's like u minus v times u plus v. When we multiply, distribute pretty much, the middle two terms cancel, and the first term u square minus b square, last term, only these two terms survive. So here we do the same thing. Then this is limit h going to 0 of, okay, the issue was on the top, so we keep writing everything on the bottom. 2h square root of 4 plus h times, this plus means, so we need to use parentheses, 2 plus square root of 4 plus h. Okay, plus means this is one block. On the top, using this rule, okay, pretty much difference of two squares formula, but we are multiplying, so this is 2 squared, 4 minus square root of this one is squared. So let me simplify here. So when we have square root of 4 plus h squared, square and square root cancel, we got 4 plus h, and there is a minus sign, so let me simplify that as well to save room. So minus 4 plus h means, minus means negative 1. We need to distribute, this becomes negative 4 minus h. So this one is square 4 plus h, but due to this negative sign, look at here, we get negative 4 minus h. Okay, now on the top, 4 and minus 4, 0, so negative h, this is negative 1 times h over this one. So let's write one step and we are done. Limit h going to 0 of negative h on the top, on the bottom everything, 2h square root of 4 plus h times quantity 2 plus square root of 4 plus h. Now here h, negative 1 times h cancel, so negative 1 left on the top. Negative 1 means when we plug in h equals 0, this is negative 1, there is nothing left. So we have the answer now. This is negative, can be pulled to the front, 1 over, what is on the bottom? This is 2, 4 plus 0, 4, square root of 4 is 2, 4 plus 0, 4, square root of 4 is 2, 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2, 4. Okay, so we get 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16. So negative 1 over 16. Okay, that's the answer.